All right, guys, welcome back to Mob Pop Sports. This is Grandy. If this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you for checking out the video, checking out this channel. You guys are returning, welcome back, guys. Hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I had a pretty busy weekend. My daughter's 5th birthday, the youngest one, so can't believe she's freaking 5, so that was kind of cool. So super busy in regards to just kind of hanging out with her and doing things that she wanted to do, and then obviously doing a whatnot show, doing eBay listings. I was just kind of in packaging, shipping, and order. Typical weekend for me, guys. So super busy on that end. So hopefully, like I said, everybody had a good one. And let's jump into it. Q&A. Haven't done this in a while. I know it's been kind of busy for myself and everybody else, and just kind of getting back into the swing of things, especially after I just got back from vacation. So can't keep saying that. I'm back. It's got to be working. No more vacation talk, right? Here we go. Let's get into it. Number 1. Listing percentage per sport. Will I be able to do that? Yeah, that's a great mention. I think on my next one video where I do, what's been selling, I'll do a comparison of the entire listings. What is my inventory percentage on sports wise? Like how many percent is football, basketball, baseball, things like that, and then breaking it down, it gives you guys a better idea what's been selling versus the exact inventory count. So I'll definitely do that for you guys on that next video. That way you can kind of compare if 50% of my listings are all football and only 5% sell. It goes to show you that maybe I shouldn't be doing football or things like that. So that's a good one for you. Percent of cars not selling. That's a good one. 99% of my cars not selling. Actually, more than that. So I have about 60,000 listings. So the funny thing is, if you guys are wondering what percent of all my inventory is selling, actually is probably less than 1%. Or yeah, it's just the way it goes. That's the nature of the beast. I get about, I don't know, maybe, like I think I'd mentioned this, anywhere between about 35 to 70 sales a day. If I have over 60,000 listing, there you guys go. You can figure out percentage. It's less than 1%. So I'm hoping to increase that, but it's just the nature of the beast. So everybody thinks that everything you list is going to sell. It doesn't work that way, guys. I really wish it did. I really wish the sales, I guess you can say the calculations of the actual sales, it was 10% of everything you list. They would be great, but it's not. It just doesn't. The numbers never add up that way. If it does, holy crap, man, you're doing something better than me. But I'll tell you this right now: 60,000 listings. If I had a 1% sales rate, I would be rich. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way it goes. It's just when it comes to sports cards, it just doesn't work that way. For some reason, the odd numbers is just, in regards to the rates of sales versus what's the listing, it's less than 1%. It really, really is. So that's why it's a numbers game. I'm hoping to get to 100,000 listings by the end of the year. There you guys go. You can kind of figure out the numbers where I'd like to be on that. So, but yeah, it's pretty much like less than 1% or 1%, guys. Just a heads up on the amount of a conversion rate. Go figure. Whatnot username, same names here. MobPop_card, or actually not here, but as my eBay store. Sorry. So I have MobPop Sports as my YouTube channel, but my eBay store, my whatnot listing is called MobPop, MAPOP_cards. Links in the description, but hopefully that helps you guys out on that end. And this is the funny thing. I got this DM'd me left and right, people responding. Jayen Daniels. Is it something I should invest in? Should I be buying his stuff? Should I follow all the FOMO people are buying it up? So my thoughts are this. What goes up must come down. I think Jayen Daniels just lost yesterday. What have I looked at his numbers and, cards? Are they going up? I think they're just kind of stagnant. I haven't seen them going up. I see them kind of just plateauing. I feel like this is the thing. We're always about what's hot today, right? I definitely feel like in about a week or 2 weeks, and then after Super Bowl, his stuff will probably plateau, if not dip a bit. I think his stuff is a hold right now. If you have his stuff right now as a hold, if you can sell it for whatever comps are, great. But if people are lowballing you, I would probably hold on it. And the reason being is, this is just my thought personally, guys. I'm not telling you guys what to do, but this is just my thoughts are. I think after the year, after the season, right before Nationals, summertime and then August, fall time, I think his hype will build up once again. So my thoughts are, if you can sell it for what it's currently comping at, great, go for it, sell it. If people are trying to lowball you, I'd probably hold it. I'd hold it till probably summertime, right around nationals, or right around fall, right around as the hype anticipates, pre-camp starts up again, training camp starts up again. I think the hype and the expectation will build up, and then you might be able to get better pricing. But right now, for the next probably 2 months, 3 months, 5 months, honestly, you might want to hold off on selling him if somebody's trying to lowball you, and you might be able to find somebody who can sell. You can sell at a better price. But buying him wise, it might be a not bad opportunity to buy him if you can buy at the low, because like I said, the expectations probably ramp back up. Now, long term, I would sell. I'm selling all my Jayen Daniels. I'm not a PC. I'm not a Washington Commanders fan, so I could care less. I would sell his stuff at whatever cost, whatever, if I can profitable margin here and there, I'm moving his stuff. I'm not going to hold it. That's just me personally. But like I said, I don't PC him, so I don't care. So there you guys go. Whatnot. Have I ever tried the auction anytime or buy it now? So this is the thing. I have done it in the past. It's just right now with my eBay store being so big, maintaining that inventory and then doing more in-person card shows, and then just the Whatnot stream inventory. It's just a lot to handle because, like I said, I'm still a one-person band. I'm still a one-man band. I'm still a one guy who does it all. So to manage that type of inventory is really difficult. If I grow big enough where I have to hire somebody to kind of help me with the inventory and listing and all that good stuff, then yeah, I could probably do that. But right now, just to manage that inventory, then don't forget the eBay inventory, eBay auctions inventory, my in-person card show inventory, my Whatnot streams inventory is just a lot to handle as a one-person band. So right now my bandwidth doesn't allow me to do that. So that's why I don't really do that right now, because then it's just another thing on my plate that I just don't want to overwhelm myself in that sense. So that's why I don't do the current buy it now or the auction anytime on Whatnot when you're sleeping. Is just listing and forgetting type of deals, and I will forget. So I try not to do that. Giveaway Goblin. That's a funny one. Giveaway Goblins, giveaway on Whatnot. What are my thoughts on that? So I guess if I had spare time, like you were saying, people do it. I don't have spare time. I got 4 kids that I take care of. I'm technically pick up, drop off all the school, make sure they're fed, make sure they're bathed, make sure they're clean. And on top of that, running this business, I really don't have time to be a giveaway goblin. So if you're one, those are the people who just go to all the giveaways on Whatnot, and if they win it, they resell it for money. If I had that time, if I didn't have to worry, if I had kids or family to worry about, yeah, I'd do that, but I don't have that time. So my thoughts also on the giveaway on Whatnot. This is the thing. It's great to bring a little bit attention to your stream and to you and for people to follow. But at the end of the day, what people don't really understand, those giveaway, it's very profitable draining. So the giveaways, number one, you're giving away something for free. You whatever you bought for, paid for, whatever that card is, you can technically list it and probably make money off of it. Or if it's wax, or if it's packs, things like that, it's money. Okay, it's money in your pocket at the end of the day. I get it's advertising. I guess you can technically say it's advertising, but don't forget you pay for that shipping too. So a lot of people, if you don't know, if you're just a buyer and Whatnot, so a giveaway, we're paying for shipping. So it's pretty much, that's like literally $4 to $5 out the drain, because you're talking about the shipping costs. No matter what card it is, okay, you have to pay for the shipping. It's going to be ground advantage instantly right there. So you're already $4 to $5 in the hole right there, on top of whatever the item is. Let's just say it's the cheapest thing is $1 or $2, whatever the case may be. So you're like $5-6 in the hole, not counting your shipping product, because you're not just going to ship in a plain white envelope. It's a bubble mailer, it's another $1 or $2 or whatever. Tape, the label printer, all, labeling, all that stuff. So I mean, for every giveaway, just so you know, the seller is probably spending about, whether they calculate it or not, anywhere between about $5 to $7 to $8, depending on what giveaway they give. So if they even give away a fancy card or whatever huge pack, I mean, you're talking anywhere between $10 to $15 that they're paying for that giveaway. So my thoughts are, I give always one giveaway at the beginning of my streams. But it's really difficult for me to do more if I'm trying to make it somewhat profitable. So at the end of the day, I try to give as many giveaways as I can, but at the end of the day, it's taking money out of my pocket, out of the profit margin. So it's really difficult. And as I mentioned before, Whatnot's not very profitable at the end of the day already for me. So there you guys go on that. So that's my thoughts on giveaway. I want to do as much as I can, but it's very, very draining on the profit margins on that. And so just so you guys know on that. Oh, somebody asked me 250 listings and insert fees. Did I start with an eBay store right away? Did I pay for the premium? All that good stuff. I knew what I wanted to do in regard to my eBay listings, and I wanted to reach 50,000 listings, by the end of last year, which I did. It was awesome. And then I'm hoping to get to 100,000 listings. So I already knew I was going to have a big store. So I went for the premium store instantly. I just paid the fees on it and the benefits of having that store, in regards to the sales, the listings, the discounts that he also offered to you. So it was worth it for me. Now, if you're only knowing you're going to be listing 5 to 10 a day, of course, just go with the 250 listings until you hit that max. Then you can, update to a basic store or a premium store, whatever your case may be. So start off small, then end big. My thoughts are, I already knew what I was going to do. I already knew I was going to be having way more than 1,000 listings, or at least I wanted to. So I instantly went for the premium store and just paid for that premium price. And that's kind of what I did on that. I think that's what the premium store, whatever the 50,000 listing up to that one. That's a store that I bought for eBay, and that's what I pay on a monthly basis on that end. But like I just say, if you're starting side hustle, a couple listings a day, don't even do that. It's a waste of money. Just start with the free listings that they give you. Build your way up. If you know you're gonna go wholeheartedly like I did, that I want to have 50,000 listings pretty damn soon, then yeah, go buy your store, or go buy at least a basic store. You can always upgrade. So that's the thing about eBay. So that's the cool thing about that. You can always upgrade on that. And so that would be my thoughts on that. Pokemon, I know it's popular. People are beating each other up at the Costco stores for all those wax and all that stuff. I get that. How do I make sports cards? How can we make sports cards popular again? This is the thing. My thoughts are, I don't think sports cards in general is hurting in regards to popularity or interest. At least interest for sure. People, it kind of goes back to the very beginning of what I was talking about, is that percentage of sales wise. I have 60,000 listings. I don't even get 1% of the sales on that, right? That makes it seem like it's not interest there, or there's no interest in the sports card industry or it's popular. But at the end of the day, there's just so much supply. We have to understand that there's just so much supply that the demand may seem like it's super low, but it's really not. I think the interest in sports cards is still there. Granted, it's not what it was in 2021 and 2020, but that was just an anomaly because of the pandemic and everything adding on. But I still feel like the sports card, if you go to a card show or if you go to Whatnot, I mean, look at it, guys. It's still very, very popular. Still a lot of people interested in sports card. Sports is still a multi-billion-dollar industry, whether it's the NFL, NBA, MLB, hockey, anything like that. Soccer, MMA, all that stuff, right? Sports is still very, very popular. There's still an interest in it, still peaking it. Compared to Pokemon is just different. It's a different, at the end of the day, I feel like Pokemon still is untapped potential, obviously, but sports card, I wouldn't say it's maxed out, but I just think that the interest is still there. There's I haven't seen a wavering, especially at sports card shows, things like that. So that's just my thought on it. How do you make it popular again? I just think them doing sports is fine. As long as the media is there, as long as, fans are there, I think sports card industry in regards to cards will still be just fine. At least that's my thoughts, my experience on that end. Sorting on Whatnot. Somebody was saying I was doing it incorrectly. So this is the thing. Everybody sorts their own way. I wouldn't say anything is incorrect. It's just your way of doing it. I used to do that. This person mentioned you just write their name and then whatever that person orders, you put it in that box or whatever. You can do that. To me, it slows me down. I'm a one-person guy, right? So to me, whatever lot, this is lot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I put it down. So when I go back and do the package, I can pick it quite easily. Now, this is the thing. If you put the name, you just throw their stuff in, you can just put it in a box and ship it to them. I understand that. However, there's also times when you want to double check to make sure, they get the right card or whatever the case may be. So let's just say one person orders 100 cards or, auctions 100 cards, he won, another guy, another 200, another guy, another 100. Then all of a sudden you want to compare to make sure they got the right number. Then all of a sudden it's all jumbled and it gets confusing. And then you don't know if they got the right card or not. Versus if you had a number on that, whatever that pack that I put it in, I can just go back to that lot number. So to me, that's just a little bit better to double check for me when I do packaging and stuff like that. But to his or own, I'm not gonna tell you how to sort things out, especially when you do whatnot and stuff like that. But that's just the reason why I do it the way I do. Is there a better way? I'm pretty sure there is, but right now that way works for me. So just to give you guys a heads up. Last but not least, this is an interesting question. So somebody was mentioning to me that they just got a sports distributor and they have an allocation, which is great. That's awesome. If you have a storefront, whatever the case, or you're a breaker, if you have allocation, that's great. They had to spend anywhere between, they mentioned like 20 to 30,000 on the allocation. Currently, they only spend about 9,000, so they got to get their allocations up, right? So they're asking me, should they be, they're having to pay market, price currently, but should they focus on the older stuff, newer stuff? So this is the thing. It depends on your situation. If you have a storefront or if you're doing breaks, you're going to have to buy the newest stuff. And the reason being is people want the newest stuff. When they buy into breaks, they're wanting the 2024, the hot rookies, the new stuff. That's just the way it is, right? People want new stuff currently. Yes, still spend some on the old stuff. I would like to open up some 2021 or 2019 boxes of NBA stuff too, or football. People still like the nostalgic stuff also back in the 80s, 70s, if you can get boxes like that, or early 2000s, or people who are chasing, let's just say Patrick Mahomes, rookies, or Kobe Bryant, 96 rookies, things like that. So it's okay to spend money on that end, but at the end of the day, people always want the newer stuff. So you're gonna have to spend more money in that sense in regards to when you're doing allocation. If you have a storefront, same thing. When I go to the store and I talk to people want the newest wax to open up, right? They're always waiting for the new release of whatever box, hobby box, things like that. So you're gonna have to buy the newer stuff, I feel like. But I would spend, in my eyes, if I had a storefront. This is me. I don't have a storefront. I don't know. If I had a storefront, I'd probably spend about 60 to 70% of my allocation on the newer stuff. And then I would spend maybe about 30 to 40% on the older stuff. That's just me personally. Would that work or not? I don't know. My thoughts are, I feel like people want the newer stuff, and then older stuff is always good to have and always good to hold. That they don't lose value too much, especially if the players are really good for that year or whatever the case may be. I would honestly also look into more of Pokemon stuff. I feel like, especially if you have a storefront, you have to have that. Right now with the vast interest into Pokemon or just TG, C cars, or just, Magic, the MTG cars, things like that. People are super interested in that. So you got to have that in. So you got to break it up. Not just sports, but also TCG and all that good stuff. So it's just you just got to get a variety, I feel like, for sure, in regards to your allocations that's allowing, and you got to hit that minimum. That's the thing. The weird thing about the distributors is that if you hit the minimum or you buy more than that, then obviously that takes more out of your pocket. But to them, you're doing good business, so that's a good thing in that sense. So I haven't had an issue to deal with that yet, and the reason being, I don't have a storefront. Will I on down the road? We'll see. We can obviously talk about that on down the road. But for now, that would be my thought. That would be my game plan. Up to you how you decide to do it. If your store is more based on sports, then obviously focus more on sports. If you're more on TCG stuff, then there you guys go. Simple as that, man. You play to your consumers too. You got to see where your consumer base is and where you need to be to, number one, make a profitable business. Number two is, you know, making sure that you don't lose money, because when you're spending that much on wax and stuff, it's a lot of money. It's a huge investment. So you got to be real specific on your client base. And I think that's critical on that end. So other than that was it. If you guys have any other questions, feel free to DM me on my Instagram, links in the description, or just comment on videos, things like that. I'll try to answer them as best I can. Other than that, if you guys like this stuff, feel free to subscribe. If you're not subscribed, still appreciate you guys watching the video. Don't forget Whatnot. I'm going to be doing more of my Whatnot shows on the weekends now, so make sure you guys check that out. Links in the description. eBay store. I'm trying to list hundreds of cards daily. Make sure you guys check it out. Feel free to make any offers on cards. I'll respond to you guys as fast as I can. Don't forget, like I said, in 2 weeks on the February 7th, 8th, 9th weekend, I will be at the Denver Card Show, so I'll be prepping up for you guys on that one. People have been telling me I need to go live on Whatnot at the show. It's so hard, you know, running a table in a booth and trying to go, you know, trying to do that all by myself, go live. And then people are like, why don't you vlog it? It's like, again, I'm a one-man show. It's really, really difficult. And then having to go back and edit and all that stuff is just, it's time consuming. But other than that, man, maybe if I grow big enough, I'll be able to do stuff like that. Other than that, hey, Bears, they're the off-season champs. They just got their DC, and they got their offensive coordinator, so I'm excited for that. Eagles and Chiefs rematch again in the Super Bowl. Interesting. A lot of people really hating on the refs. Is what I have no fight in this battle of refs versus, you know, and Chiefs versus the rest of the NFL. It is what it is, man. But other than that, man, I'll let you guys know my thoughts and my picks on the Super Bowl coming up. So as we get closer to that. Other than that, have a good rest of the week, guys. Till next time.